everybody. It's been a little while since I've been on a webinar with all of you, so welcome. It's great to have you here. I'm Marilyn Wilson. I'm the president of RE Technology, and I've got two of my favorites with me today, Franklin Stoffer and Mike Minard. They're both from DeltaNET, and they've got some really fun stuff. These guys have been very well established for a long time doing really powerful, intuitive broker platforms, but now they've got some things that really make sense for individual agents. But the great news is we all get to take advantage of all that learning they've done for the last 10 years and I don't even know how many millions of dollars they've invested in their technology platform to give us some great stuff. So with that, I just wanted to remind everybody, we love it when you ask us questions. It really helps us make sure the presentation is working for you. So over in the right hand side, you'll see a little gray bar that says questions and a little triangle next to it. Just click on that little triangle, it will open it up, and then type something in there, and then we will either answer it or ask it right at that moment, or we might come back to it toward the end of the presentation. So but feel free to do that. This is really about you and for you, so we want you to feel like you're getting everything you need out of this. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to, I guess, to you, Franklin, and then Mike's going to give us an intro, and then we're going to learn all about this great new tools that they've got for us. So take it away, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you for the introduction. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. As Marilyn said, Delta Media Group has been around for a very long time, over 20 years, 25 years. And so what we've prepared today is an introduction to a new platform we're really excited to be bringing to market, where our enterprise tools are now going to be available for independent sales agents and for realtors. And to kind of kick off that conversation, I'm going to hand it over to Michael Minard, who's pictured on this slide here. He is the CEO and 100% sole owner of Delta Media Group.
Yeah, thank you, Franklin. Thank you, Marilyn. And I thought I would kind of set the stage briefly for what Franklin's about to show you and share a quick, very brief story. So 4 years ago, I started a journey to fundamentally change the real estate industry. My background's technology, and I saw that technology was on the verge of advancing to a point that it could truly automate the business and empower sales associates like never before. There was a new opportunity ahead of us. And I also saw the pains, though, that the industry was feeling as well. 4 years ago, I could see, and I definitely see it today, where franchises were trying to handcuff their members with technology. Technology vendors would quickly come and seemingly just as quickly go because they were venture capital backed and they had to sell. They had to get their money back out of the business. So I saw a massive opportunity, but I only had two options at the time. The first one was start an online real estate company that was focused on technology. Some of those have started up. We know who they are. But I had another option as well, which was to buy out my business partners in Delta and continue building what had started all the way back, believe it or not, in 1994. It's kind of making me feel a little old here. But yes, so Delta's actually been around since 1994, but we've been serving the largest enterprise real estate firms in the industry. That's been our focus. So luckily, I was able to buy out my business partners in September of 2016. So almost, actually, we're 8 days away from 4 years ago. And started building what you will get a tiny glimpse of today. And the best part about what we're doing is that we've decided to let you try this platform absolutely free for 30 days. So we're taking a very different approach here. You don't even have to enter a credit card number until you decide to buy the platform. There's no barriers for you to try this. Even better is we're not requiring a contract. We believe in what we are doing so much that we are willing to offer this month to month, so you can leave at any time if you choose. We're not gonna handcuff you to a contract or to a system. We believe in it that much. So one more thing though, before I turn this over to Franklin, what you're about to see today, again, just as a reminder, we built in the past 4 years. However, we're not stopping here. Our development continues and our platform is continuing to expand and continuing to be upgraded. We will never sit still because technology is moving fast. As a matter of fact, it's moving faster and faster. So with that said, Franklin, can you show everyone, I guess, a high-level overview of what we're producing or what we're providing in this no risk, no credit card required, 30-day full-featured free trial?
Absolutely. Thank you for the introduction, Mike. And just as I go to dig into the platform, I want to give a quick overview for those of you who don't know who Delta Media Group is already. We're an all-in-one technology provider that has traditionally focused in the enterprise space, but that all-in-one platform is now available for single agents, small teams, and brokerages. And really what our platform revolves around is an easy-to-use, reliable CRM that we've built to make the easiest CRM to use on the market. And our CRM comes with customizable websites to power the front end of your business. So you can generate leads through the front end website and then nurture those leads and close deals through our all-in-one DeltaNET platform. We are a certified Google partner, and we do have the capabilities of supporting RISO certified data feeds. So our business revolves around technology and automating tools to make your life easier so you spend less time babysitting your technology, more time focused on selling real estate. And with what I'm going to show you today, hopefully you'll see the value of these out-of-the-box platform that is completely turnkey, and you're not going to need to spend hours learning how to use a new system. So,
Franklin, I have a question for you to start off. I know you're going to think that I'm crazy, but I am,
sure.
so it's okay. Can you tell us what a CRM is? We throw that word around like everyone knows what it means. And from your definition, what is it and why does it matter? Why is it helpful?
Yeah, absolutely. So Mike, you can chime in as well, but a CRM is a customer relationship manager, and it's basically a tool that you can pull your contacts, your sphere of influence. You're going to bring your contacts into a tool, this technology we've developed, that's going to make it easier to search and categorize your clients, not need to keep an Excel file of just this massive contact data. It helps you sort them into different customer groups and then have automated marketing strategies running to those clients based off of how your clients are interacting with your website and emails. So you don't need to be going in and managing your customer groups manually. You don't have to be putting them into email campaigns manually. We've built an intelligent system that tracks your clients' behaviors and will send them emails and notifications from you based off of how they're interacting with your tools, again, in the name of automation. So why you should care about it is because it's going to help you do more business, save time where you're not managing this technology yourself, and ultimately help you close more deals and bring value to your clients with content that's relevant to their interests. Mike, is there anything you'd add to that?
Yeah, I want to add two things. I'm pretty passionate about this, but the number one difference that I see of realtors or sales associates who have a very short career in real estate, let's say a 1 or 2 year or 3 year, and then they go part-time, versus someone who creates a lifelong business out of it. It's, they have a giant book of business and they've been doing real estate for 30, 40 years, is they've learned to create a book of business. That's what I call it. So that's one of the mentalities that we focus with the DeltaNET CRM as well, is the ability to nurture and maintain that book of business, even over a repeat basis. So, so that you're getting that repeat customer 7, 8 years later. That's shortening up a little bit right now, but those repeat customers in helping sales associates build that book of business through a CRM. But the other thing too, and this is what I saw 4 years ago, which is why we were pushing some of the things. I want to mention this because you mentioned RISO and some other things, Franklin, that some people might not know about. But what I felt too is one thing that the industry was really lacking 4 years ago, and we're about halfway where we want to be with it, but it's got to be easy to use to where you guys can just use tools that you're familiar with and everything syncs up on its own. You don't have to go do double data entry or upload files, so you'll see, I know Franklin will show a little bit of that, but we've taken a very easy approach to a lot of this, of getting all of your data to just synchronize and talk to each other so you don't have to figure it out. So I think that's going to be a big differentiator for the realtors that are successful for years to come, is they figure that out, or they're on a platform that figures that out so it's seamless.
So they just focus on building those client and strengthening client relationships as opposed to trying to figure out which buttons to push, because most of us don't care and don't have the time or interest.
No, nor should you. You're good at, salespeople. I'm a tech person, but salespeople are good at the relationships and the market they serve and all, not the technology. And you shouldn't. You shouldn't have to learn the tech. Go be good at what you're good at. Let the tech do what it should be doing. So.
All right, let's show us how you're making it easy for us to be successful, Franklin.
Absolutely. So we're going to start with the website. Even though the core platform is about CRM, I want to start our journey today looking at what your clients are going to see. Where does the relationship start, where you're presenting a service, that you're showing your brand online to your clients? When they're looking up your name, they Google your name, what are they going to find? Hopefully they're going to find a beautiful website. And so while traditionally we've got brokerage websites for enterprise firms like Coldwell Banker Bain, the second-ranked total banker brokerage in the country, the same tools that our enterprise customers are using are all available to boutique brokerages, teams, and single agents. So Premier State Properties is a 60-agent brokerage in Boca Raton, and they've got a beautiful luxury website showing their brand. But again, the same tools powering this type of company also power our teams. We have the #1 Coldwell Banker team in the country, the Jim Allen Group, with Coldwell Banker, Hartgrave, and Wilson, that uses the DeltaNET. So this is a team that has over 80 associates inside of it. It's a brokerage in itself. But even outside of a team platform, we have support for single agents. So being able to showcase a really nice website about you, and you're at the forefront of the website, where you can see here, this is Rob Kleeper's site. He is the co-founder of Iron Valley Real Estate in Pennsylvania. And you can see these kind of nice, full quality image of himself that's transparent above the fold. I can see navigation items and things that matter to him that he wants to show front and center. When somebody Googles his name, they're going to find this. And not only do these websites have the ability to customize them and make them unique for you, we have a ton of lead capture opportunities throughout these sites. So, for example, if a user searched an address or was looking for properties in a certain school district, they're going to hit a Google Map or a gallery view search, where I have all of the tools on my website that one of my clients might be able to use on Zillow or a big portal site. Those are all built right into your Delta website. So there's Google Maps. I can see the listings populating on the map. I can draw polygons. I can do different filters if I really want a finished basement or a home office, because COVID has brought upsizing to some markets where they're looking to add more space because they're working from home or they've got kids staying home from college. Having search terms that are going to be relevant in your market, these are things that are built into your website with lead capture opportunities. As you can see on this detail page that's being shown on this slide, I have the option to request a tour on this home, text this listing to somebody if I want to show it to them, map the listing, request information. There's lead capture forms throughout the website, so you can be capturing opportunities for clients that hit your website because they Googled an address, landed on your website, and now they're looking at property details. We wanted to make it easy for you to actually generate business through your website while also showcasing your brand and giving relevant content to your clients. So there's a ton. I could spend 20 minutes talking about Delta's website, but that's really only a sliver of the product that we're bringing to the table, because at the end of the day, the real estate website for most people is just like any other real estate website. So we check all the boxes, we make it easy to use, it's mobile responsive, but what we want to spend our time talking about today is the DeltaNET. And the DeltaNET is what powers your business. It powers the website, but it also powers your lead management. It powers your customer relationship manager and nurturing relationships with your clients. It powers your marketing that you're doing on Facebook, on Google, on Instagram, building flyers and postcards. It does so much for you. And really what I want to talk about is the 30,000-foot overview. At a high level, what are the tools that you can use in this system? Because the DeltaNet's unique. Unlike other CRMs that you guys may have used or you may be looking at, most times you're picking up a new piece of software, you have to learn how to use all the tools that it has to offer. How do I add a client? Well, I have to click CRM, customer list, add a client, fill out this information. It always feels like everything takes 3 or 4 clicks, and you have to learn these new dashboards and learn how to use it. Well, DeltaNET 6 alleviates that pain, because we built something that no other CRM on the market has, which is our patent pending quick actions. This is a tool where you can enter what you want to do into the CRM, and it'll bring it to you. So gone are the days where you need to learn where things are, how to navigate this software. As long as you know what you want to do, the system can do it for you. So I'm going to show you at a high level what are the major things that I've seen agents get excited about using our software, and then I'll show you how easy it is to use them inside of the DeltaNET. So talking about what it can do for you, here are just some of the marketing features and capabilities of DeltaNET 6. And keep in mind, I'm going to show you most of these things here in the next few minutes today. But the system has customizable and mobile responsive website themes that are available to you outside of the box. So you don't have to use a WordPress site, go pay somebody $3,000 to build you a nice brand looking website. Our CRM comes with over 24 different website options that you can change the themes with a click of a button. It'll carry over your images, your navigation, your content. You can quickly and swiftly change your website theme and customize it. Upload your own images, change your own navigation items, build custom market landing pages about why you're a market or why you're a leader in the market that you service. So making things easy to customize, but giving you all of the tools you need, where maybe it's been 6 months since you updated your site. So you go into the DeltaNET, you can see we added 2 new websites every single month to our platform. So you can stay cutting edge with your website design just with a click of a button saying update my website theme to one of the dozen new options we've added. So
I would just want to stop there and say that again, because this is so not whatever happens with any other website, including WordPress websites. So literally, if I said, I have a beautiful blue template, but there's this gorgeous light green one that just came out and I want that one instead because I think it matches my brand better. I literally click a button and all of the content that was on the blue one moves seamlessly to the light green one without me doing anything. Thank you.
Correct.
Can you do my website? Okay, sorry.
Oh no, that's a great point. It's very rare to find something that's going to be that agile, which is one of the main takeaways I want you guys to have with our platform is Delta is reliable, easy to use, and we are going to automate all of the stuff you don't want to do. So before you'd have to update your website theme and then go re-add all that content. We've automated that. We took away something you don't want to do, and the system did it for you, because our mission statement is to automate tools to elevate your life. So you have more time to spend with your family or to sell homes or do other things than try to learn a new piece of technology. So one of the other things the site's going to do for you is when you do generate a new business opportunity, it sends you a text message notifying you that somebody just looked up information about a house. So not only do you get an email, you also get an instant text message notification to respond to that lead. And we can pull in your leads from other sources online where you may be generating business. So if you're generating Zillow leads, we can pull those right into the platform for you as well and have that same type of notification where you get a text message and you can respond to that business within minutes. Additionally, we have customizable dashboards where you can custom build your own workflow for how you want to use our system, which will make more sense when I show you the DeltaNET in a few minutes. There's email marketing campaigns in the CRM that we've built that have out-of-the-box action plans. So you don't need to spend time building all these email campaigns. I want to have a buyer action plan, a seller action plan. Out of the box, there's going to be a dozen options for you to choose from. So you can just say, you know what, put all my buyers in the buyer campaign, put all my investors in the first-time investor campaign, put everybody else in a relationship campaign. We've done all the work of adding that content. And just like with our website, our marketing team adds new action plans every single month. We add 12 new newsletter articles to our platform every month. So not only are we adding websites, we're adding content and action plans for you because we know you're too busy to sit down and do those things with all the other craziness happening in life right now. So our team constantly brings new value to the CRM every single month with new content and new website designs. So in addition to that, you can also have that content we're creating going to a blog. We have a built-in blogging platform. We also have a testimonial system. So wherever your customers are leaving you reviews, we can actually pull those into your website for you. So if your clients have been leaving you reviews on Zillow or on Facebook, we can automatically pull those reviews onto your website. So your clients can leave you reviews through your site, and we'll pull them in from where you're already getting reviews online. There's also reporting tools built in, Market Watch reports, seller reports, and all sorts of other tools that you can have with a click of a button. You set it up one time, you've got reports running for your clients, which when we get into the DeltaNET, you'll see our goal is in a 10 to 15 minute session, the first time you log in, you can set up your automations and the system is just going to work for you. You don't need to log in every day. You don't need to log in every week. The system will be marketing for you in the background. So that also ties in with our social media connectors. So we have a tool that is allowing you to automatically connect the DeltaNET to your Facebook and LinkedIn pages. So anytime I enter a new listing at the MLS, it automatically makes a post on Facebook and LinkedIn for me. Same thing for price reductions. If I do an open house, somebody left me a review, it makes a post on Facebook about that review. There's over a dozen different triggers that you can set up for automated posts that are going to run to your social channels. So that's one less thing you have to manage is what am I going to post on Facebook and LinkedIn this week? The DeltaNET has over a dozen automated tools that will post for you.
Great.
There's also the ability not just to automate your social media posts, but also creating your own e-cards and flyers. So if you want to build a nice looking flyer because you just got a new listing, you want to advertise it to a group of your buyers, our system has an e-card and flyer builder with hundreds of designs for single page flyers, multi-page brochures, printable postcards. They're all customizable and they can be automated. So if I know I have my favorite new listing flyer, I can save that flyer, and every time I enter a listing at the MLS, within minutes, it's going to build my new listing flyer and automatically email that to all of my buyers because I saved that as my favorite flyer. So it'll automatically build it, send that flyer to all of my buyers, make a post on Facebook for me, send new listing alerts to anybody that saved a search on my website. It's all connected, which is one of the values of this all-in-one platform. And last couple of items here, and we'll start showing you the system, is we've got our own ad tools built in. So if you're already doing pay-per-click advertising on Facebook, Instagram, you know you're entering your credit card and buying an open house ad every time you get an open house for Facebook. Our system has the ability for you to look at dozens of different templates for how to make a nice looking post on Facebook or Instagram. You can enter your credit card, set your ad spend, and the system is going to streamline the process of you building those paid ads and tell you what you're going to get for the dollars you're going to spend. So it streamlines your entire ad ordering process. In addition to that, we have an app that's available for free in the iOS and Android stores for anybody looking to streamline the process of running open houses. So not only do we have an app called our Open House Connector app, we also have a virtual open house and virtual showing platform built into the DeltaNET. What the Open House Connector app will do for you is if you are running an open house, you can bring a tablet, any tablet, iPad, Android tablet, your laptop, and it will collect data on the people that come to your open house. So somebody shows up, they give you their name, their email address. You can have a pre-built questionnaire that will ask them questions like, are you pre-approved for a mortgage? Are you already working with another listing or another agent? What do you think of the curb appeal of this house? So you can collect information about the clients that are coming to your open house, and based on how they answer those questions, it will automatically upload them into different follow-up email action plans. So you might have an automated open house campaign running to anybody that came to your open house that isn't already working with another agent. So it can really, really change the way and streamline how you run your open houses once those are able to be conducted appropriately again. And lastly is our pipeline manager, which is the singular hub where we want you guys to be able to manage your business in one place. Sort your contacts into a traditional sales funnel, set your sales goal for how much money you want to make this year, and the software will help sort your contacts in a sales pipeline from prospect, qualified, putting in offers, negotiating, closed transaction. So you can see how close you are to reaching your goals for the year, and the system will automatically build your task list for who you need to be focusing on to keep your sales pipeline full. There's a ton of tools built into the DeltaNET, but I just want to focus on a couple of them today as we jump into the live walkthrough. So we are going to use a couple of different accounts to show you the services that we have in the DeltaNET. So I'm going to use a Keller Williams agent that is using our Delta agent platform today. So as it was mentioned at the beginning of this webinar by Mike, we are offering a free trial, no credit card needed, no setup fee, no contract, free trial. You can go to deltagroup.com and you'll see a button right on our homepage that says sign up for a risk-free trial. You can sign up for everything I'm about to show you. So this is Dick Allen. He's a Keller Williams agent using the Delta tools today. And when you sign in for the first time, this is what you're going to see for your first time login. We've got a dashboard set up where I could see if he would have customers imported. I could see activities for the day, customers, leads. I'll show you what that'll look like on another agent in just a second. But what I wanted to show you is when you first sign in, you're going to have some dashboards already set up for you. So my first login, I can see there's a button that says automations. I click on it. Here's all the automated tools that I can set up in the DeltaNET. My newsletter, I can set up Facebook and LinkedIn posts, e-cards. I can see reports that the system can build for me, seller reports, market watch reports. I can create reverse prospecting reports, traffic activity for how traffic is performing on my website, or CRM tools. I click on that, I can import and export my contacts, add customers, see a customer list, market to my clients. So everything is streamlined into these three buttons. But the best part is these dashboards will be customizable by you with an update coming very soon in the next month. So what you'll see on this other agent I'll show you is an agent that has data activated inside of the DeltaNET. So we're going to use the tech support supervisor at Delta, Harley, as an example of an agent with a customized, built-out DeltaNET 6 tool. So I can see he's added items that he cares about to the top of his dashboard because the DeltaNET is customizable by you. what matters to you, what is important and you want to see in your day-to-day. So if I want to be able to manage my customers from my homepage, I can add an edit customer button. If I don't need to see that anymore, I say, you know what, let's just pull it off the CRM. I don't need to see it every time I log in. If I want a link to Facebook, I can add a link to Facebook right to my homepage. If I want to get a link to my marketing tools, I can add that or delete and remove it. I can customize and reorganize my own dashboard. So for those of you that are visual learners and like to engage, that's going to be a great tool for you. But if you're like me and the vast majority of other people that just don't want to take the time to learn this technology, you just need to know what you're looking for. So let's say, as an example, I just bumped into somebody. I want to add them to my CRM so they start getting my newsletter. All I need to do is search for what I want in this search bar in the top left corner. So if I say I need to add a customer and I start typing add customer, I get a pop-up that says add a customer. I click on that. It pops up right on my homepage. I can add this customer to my CRM right from this page. So I can enter their contact information, hit save, and they're now going to be added as a client in my database. Or maybe I just got a new listing, so I need to be able to quickly create a flyer for it. I don't remember how to get to my flyers, but I know I need to make one. So in that search bar, I type flyer. It takes me exactly to the flyer creation page of the DeltaNET. I didn't have to click on marketing, marketing center, flyer. I just typed in flyer, and it took me exactly to where all the print flyers are. And the same thing, I want to connect to my Facebook page. I just type Facebook, and it's going to take me directly to the Facebook connector tool where I can set up all of my automated posts that are going to run to Facebook. Every single thing in the system is hooked up into this search bar. You want to edit your listing, you type in the MLS ID or the address, it'll take you to where you can edit that listing. You want to get into a customer's profile page, you start typing their name into this search bar, and it's going to take you exactly to that customer's profile page. So you can be adding and editing content, you can get to any tool that DeltaNET has to offer, all inside of that search bar. So again, if you know what you want to do, the system can get you there. If you are more visual, you can build your own dashboards. Or if you're just doing your normal day-to-day, this is an example of how the DeltaNET would look if I was checking in on an iPhone. So if I was using an iPhone 10, I was out, I was in the car, I wanted to quickly check in, see what activity I had for the day. I pull out my phone, this is exactly what I'm going to see. The tiles that I have determined are what's important for my business, followed by activities the system says I need to do today, customers that have had activity in my CRM, and leads, business opportunities that I can follow up with. I then see my sales pipeline, tasks that I have scheduled to be done today, and more. So if I wanted to quickly check on my leads, I pull out my phone, oh, there's 3 new leads. I tap that. It takes me exactly to where my leads are. Oh, I see Charles here sending a lead. So I can click on that information and see he requested a showing on this property. And I can see the day and time he wanted to request the showing. And because the DeltaNET is so automated, I can say, you know what, let's just send Charles an email back. I already have a pre-built template to say, you know what, I can confirm that appointment, hit send because it already built my confirmation. And now I've got that showing scheduled on the day and time Charles wanted that showing.
So Franklin, all of this stuff looks awesome. It looks super simple. But let's say you didn't know what the word CRM meant until this call, or you haven't used one, or maybe you had another one and you frankly didn't use it as much as you should have or could have because it was a pain in the butt to use, which are some of them are like that. How do you help your customer get started with this? Because there is some setup, right? It's not hard, but there is that's to me, that's the thing with CRMs is that, you know, people ask what's the best one, and the best one is the one you use, right? The one you use effectively. So how do you get people, especially if you're not familiar or comfortable with this whole process of managing a sales funnel, how do you get them going?
So
Hey,
I'll answer your question.
Hey, Franklin, one thing I would say before you get into that, because I got pretty opinionated about CRM as well, Marilyn. and a lot of CRMs out there, they're what I call a glorified Rolodex. I mean, maybe I'm dating myself now a little bit. I don't know if you had a Rolodex on your desk. I know I did.
I'm old too.
But it was, you know, what's the point of an electronic version of a card catalog or a Rolodex of information? So I would say, before Franklin answers and says, hey, here's how easy it is, one of the reasons why we make it so easy as well is we also make it easy to connect up the people to different campaigns, relationship campaigns, buyer-seller campaigns, those automations he's talking about that we aren't getting too in-depth into here. But that's one of the big things. So if you just run into someone and you add them to the CRM, which you'll talk about, but then it's, oh, and they're interested in buying and selling, that's all you have to do. And you already know they're in campaigns already being marketed to by the system. So
because if you forget about them, then they just fall down and die as a lead. But the system is nurturing them for you, right?
Yeah, which actually, as a customer of various realtors, that's been one of my frustrations is when I talk to someone, I tell them what I'm interested in, and they write it down, and then I never hear from them. And
Right.
so, how do you solve that? This is one of the ways you solve that. Or a realtor I've bought from or sold a home with prior that I never hear from again. You know, we wanted to solve that too, which I believe we have. So yeah, Franklin, kind of show or talk about that, and even talk about what we're offering to people.
Yeah. So the easiest way to address that question, Marilyn, is for those of you on this call that want to see what the experience is going to be like, on DeltaMediaGroup.com, there's a button that says try a risk-free trial. You click on that, and it's going to ask you a couple questions. Are you a single agent or part of a brokerage and team? So if I'm a single agent, I click on single agent, and it's going to walk me through what am I going to get by signing up. Okay, you know what? I want to try it now. It's free. I don't have to enter a credit card. It's going to ask me to enter a little bit of information and have you then pick and choose and build your website. So within a 5-minute, you sit down for 5 minutes, you fill out the form, you pick your website design. Immediately, you have a website that's built and ready. You get login access to the DeltaNET. And the very first thing that we would ask that you do is get your customers in the system. So we have an import tool that allows you to import your contact database. So if you've got an Excel database, you've got a numbers database, Google Sheet, however you have your contacts, we have an easy-to-use import wizard that allows you to just drag and drop your file, and it's going to import your contacts for you. If your database is not cleaned up and you've got maybe duplicate data, you need some help, you don't know how to import it, we have an industry-leading technical support team that can help you import those contacts. So we want to get your contacts in the DeltaNET because all the marketing tools are going to rely on you having some customers that this marketing is going to run to. So it is in your best interest and ours to help get your contacts in the system. So if you're even a little savvy.
All over my desk, and you'll put those in for me.
Our team can definitely assist with that, yes.
The sticky note squad, I like it. Okay, good.
So you'll see the import. If we imported your customers, you'll be able to see that we imported how many customers came in. And then once my customers are in the system, we're going to turn on those automations I had mentioned earlier. And Mike touched on a really good one. Even if your contacts are not sorted, you just have a master list of people you've worked with over the last 20 years. You can import that group of customers. As you can see here, we just have a group that says all customers. Even if they're not sorted into buyers and sellers, you didn't have time to do that, it's too muddy. This tool, the My Customer for Life campaign, is an AI-driven newsletter tool that's artificial intelligence powered tool that's going to send content relevant to your customers based on what they're interacting with. So our marketing team adds 12 new articles a month broken down into buying, selling, and home improvement, where every single week they can get a newsletter branded from you where they're going to see 3 different articles of content. Based off of how your clients interact with that content, they will only see newsletters with information that they care about. So if I got a newsletter from you, Marilyn, and I saw it had a buyer, a seller, and a home improvement article, and I said, you know what, that buyer article looks nice, and I read this article that you'd sent to me about buying a luxury home. This is a buyer article. Delta tracks that behavior. So then next week when I get your newsletter, it has 2 buyer articles, a seller, and a home improvement. I click on a buyer article 2 weeks in a row, I get assigned a label of potential buyer in our system, and now your newsletter branded for you is only going to be sending me buyer articles because that's what I care about. So we can track who's interacting with your newsletters, we can send them content relevant to them, and based on how they're interacting with your newsletter, we'll automatically build your to-do list. So you'll know, you'll get a follow-up task created on your to-do list for that day saying, hey, Franklin interacted with the buyer newsletter, he clicked through and read it. I can now give him a call right from the system to follow up on what he just read about to see if he's interested in setting up a meeting.
That's great.
Something else the system can do, and I'm just going to touch on a couple last items, is the e-card and flyer system is huge. As I mentioned, there are hundreds of different designs in this platform where I can take any different category of what I'm looking for. So like, let's say I just got a new listing. I'm going to say, show me all of the new listing designs. and you'll see these are broken down by printable postcards, multi-page brochures, single-page flyers, and I'm just looking for something simple. I don't need a big fancy design, but I am co-listing this property. So I'm going to say, here's a simple flyer. It takes me to the flyer builder. I've got a listing active at the MLS, so I'm going to populate the flyer with that information. I just click on my listing. It populates the flyer for me. I can change any of the pictures and design layout of this particular flyer. I could add custom text, and maybe I know I am co-listing this, so I'm going to add somebody else to be displayed on this listing with me. So I'm going to go ahead and add Josh. He's now going to display on this flyer as well with me. And if I'm happy with how this looks, I'm going to say generate flyer. I can now send this as an email to a group of my contacts. I can download it as a PDF and use it as a print flyer. I can email this or share it directly on social media as well. So I can build that flyer, customize it with over 200 different flyer designs. Or like I mentioned earlier, I don't have to do that. Maybe every time I sell a property, let's just automate the creation of that sold listing. So I'm going to say, you know what, let's turn on our sold automations. And 2 days after I sell a listing, I want to send to all of my customers this flyer design that says, I just sold this property and I always want to use this version of my logo. So I save that automation, and now anytime I sell a listing, it's going to email all of my buyers this flyer because I said this is my favorite design and I don't have to do anything else with it.
You know, it amazes me, to your point, Mike, that we don't get more of these like all of us, especially right now. There's a lot of houses getting sold right now. I haven't gotten any of these, and it definitely nothing nearly as attractive as what you're showing me. I mean, it's just a great brand impression that you were a successful agent, and it's just it's almost like a little gossip about, oh, somebody's house just sold, right? I mean, it seems so simple. It's just pushing those buttons, and that once you have it set up, it makes it so easy.
Yeah, it is. And I want to hear from my past realtors. I don't mind hearing from them once a month or whatever the frequency is. I wouldn't want to hear from them every week, but once a month or once a quarter, I'm fine with that. You want to know what's going on, but when the realtors say, hey, we don't know why we don't get the repeat business, my first question to them is, well, how many touch points have you done with your past clients in the past year? And they really don't. Or they sign them up to get a refrigerator magnet or something like, it's not, I want relevant information. And again, we're not getting into a lot of things here, but it could be where I'm signed up for a market watch report on my property that I receive once a quarter. There's so many little things that can be done so easily, and it's set up and forget, so the realtor doesn't have to continue working on that or doing things. They then just have to watch for activity to happen. So it's almost too simple, I think, but it just needs done.
Yeah, and Mike, you brought up a perfect point for me to showcase from the DeltaNET. I have two last things, and we can start to wrap up with questions. Is we have full history tracking of everything that we sent to your clients on your behalf. You can view a complete history of every single thing any of your customers have ever done in the system. I can see if they logged in. I can see how long they spent visiting your website. I can see what listings they looked at during a specific visiting session. I can see every email that we sent to the client, and I can see what listing was sent to them in that particular email. I can actually populate exactly what was sent in a market watch. So you can see with full tracking every email we're sending to your customers, if they're opening it, if they're clicking through it, all of that stuff is being tracked. So you always know how your clients are engaging with the system because we have lead scoring in place to show you how engaged they are, and you can sort and build to-do lists and call lists based off of how engaged your clients are.
Yeah, you actually brought up a question that I had when we started to talk about this. So the thing that I love about CRMs, again, if you keep up with them, that's the key, is keeping up with them, right? So every day it's going to send you a variety of things. If you just get up in the morning, and this is where I get in trouble with CRMs, I start thinking, like, stop thinking, don't think. Go into the system and it tells you to do these 15 things. Just start doing those 15 things, right? But how does the system know which 15 things to give you that day?
Yeah, so the way that our system is prioritizing tasks that it's populating for you is based off of your customer's behavior. So as a real world scenario, let's say you have a website, you told your customer to go to your website. If they looked at 2 properties in one sitting, we're going to create a to-do for you. So the next morning when you log in, you can say, oh, I saw Franklin looked at 2 properties last night. Here's the 2 properties he looked at. I can give him a call because the system showed me what he looked at. He looked at more than 2 properties, and I want to have a conversation with him about what he was looking at. So it'll automatically create a to-do for you to talk about those listings. If your system automatically sent them an email, and they actually not only opened it, but they clicked through that email to come back to your website, it's going to create a to-do on your task list for the next morning. So you say, hey, Franklin, I saw you clicked through this email I sent you yesterday. Did you have questions about that listing you were looking at? So based off of all sorts of different activity your clients are taking, it's going to build relevant to-do lists. So you know you're always following up on what your customer was doing the day before. So it is relevant, timely to-dos that are being curated for you.
And it's just providing support. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, let me add something else too, is because I think one of the things that the real estate industry has been plagued with is tech providers saying, hey, we have this and this is going to change your lives. Just do one more deal and it'll pay for it. And, if you could go to NAR, you would hear that over and over at different booths. But one thing that we did with we call it our AI engine, with the artificial intelligence, with the client behavior, is we did a year-long study with North Carolina State University graduate students where they verified the data and the touch points that we are looking at. And as far as I know, we're the only one, and it's been 2 years in the works. We spent 2 years working with graduate students that were brilliant, that verified all this data that is 94% accurate to predict if a transaction is going to happen or not. So, and it's a self-learning system that's always evolving and changing. So you say, does it work? 94% of the time, if you pay attention to it, it does, which I think is pretty significant. So it's important, but also what we learned too is we want to automate as many of those tasks that can be automated. So I don't think it's fair to the realtors to say, hey, you need to do all these things and just go do all these things. It's our job as tech providers to automate those pieces that can and should be automated for them.
So then your job is to just call that person that clicked the 2 listings and do what you do.
Have a conversation. Yeah.
Exactly. Yep. Okay, good.
Yep. And the last item that I have here that I wanted to cover is website design. So as we talked about earlier, if I wanted to change the look of my website, it's as easy as me coming into the site design tab. I can see there are dozens of different mobile responsive websites that I can preview, choose from, and customize. But if I just want something real quick, I don't want to take the time to re-customize the site or do anything else. I can just say, you know what, this is a new theme. I see Delta added it this month. Let's preview the theme, and it's going to show me exactly what my website is going to look like if I use this design, so I can preview what it looks like on desktop. I can preview what it's going to look like on a tablet, on a phone. So you can see different views of your site. If you like it, you click a button, hit set live, you're done. You don't have to do anything else. It all got carried forward for you. If you wanted to look at a different design, you hit close and go preview another new theme. So you can look at how your site's going to look before it's ever set live. So you can get an idea and preview different versions of the site. So I can come in here and preview what is it going to look like on a tablet, on a phone. Again, it's all very straightforward. You just click a button, set live, and you're done. And I would actually...
That in and of itself is so powerful to me. You think of the old days, if you said to a designer, oh, well, I think I might want to look at 3 designs, they'd be like, okay, that'll be $12,000. Thank you very much. Just for an agent level website, never mind a brokerage level website. You've saved so much, not only money, but time. And then it's kind of fun. I feel like you say some of us are more visual. You get to play around with like, oh, I like that blue one. Oh, maybe the gray one's better, whatever. That's awesome. Super fun.
Absolutely, and I would actually be remiss if I didn't mention one last item, which is not only just automated email marketing tools built in, but also text messaging. So texting is huge, and inside of the DeltaNET, you have the capability of having all sorts of text messages built into your CRM. So if I wanted to send a text message to a client directly, I can do that. If I wanted to build a mass text message notification to a group of my users, let's say I'm doing a virtual open house on Saturday at 11 a.m., so I can set up and schedule a text message that's going to run to all of my buyers at 10:30 a.m. with a link to my virtual open house on Facebook. I can use the DeltaNET to do that. So I can right now say, you know what, on Saturday at 10:30 a.m., I want to have a text message that runs to all of my users with a link to my Facebook page, and they'll get that text message and there is a 97% open rate on text messages within 5 minutes of a user receiving that text. So there is bulk text messaging to get an instant line of communication to your clients, as well as automated drip campaign text messages in place of emails, and one-on-one text messaging with history tracking. So there are text message tools built into the DeltaNET in addition to your email tools.
What kind of feedback are you getting on that? I think that's really awesome. What are your agents telling you about that?
So the really nice thing about the text messaging is just being able to have that instant access, because on average, emails have anywhere in the realm of an 11 to 20% open rate. Having something that is, basically you have a 9 out of 10 chance your client's going to open that email or that text message, that is huge, because you, like I said, have a direct line of communication, and you can track if your client actually saw that text message and interacted with it. So I think the biggest feedback, and Mike, I'll let you add to it, is just they are really, really happy to be able to advertise. In that example I gave you is a real example. Advertise like a virtual open house where you want to be able to get eyeballs on a property. You want to be able to do it safely, where you're live at a property on Facebook or YouTube or Zoom, and having that direct, hey, watch me right now. I'm actually in this house and I'll be there in 10 minutes streaming live. That's been huge. We've got clients that have had over 80 active attendees at a virtual open house. So that is one direct way of getting that extra attention.
Yeah, and I would add this. I would say I do see a difference here, Marilyn. I see the very successful sales associates are using texting. The ones that aren't as successful are not, for whatever reason. But I'm also seeing a huge trend from the large enterprise firms right now, where they see the value of this, and what they see it so much that we're actually extending some functionality to where our large enterprise firms are going to be buying bundles of text messaging for certain tiers of their age. So the agents that aren't buying it on their own, but they just don't see the value, they're saying, you know what, we see the value, we're going to buy you bundles of these, and so and you can use them. And the other thing too, and again, we didn't get into all the little details, but these different campaigns that we have, it's not just an email campaign. Those campaigns consist of different types of actions, such as a text message or an email or a to-do or sending there's different things that can happen throughout the life of that campaign. So there's different touch points happening. So we're seeing texting is picking up massively. The only thing I would say is you definitely have to do it the right way so you aren't spamming with it. We took a lot of time to make sure that we were handling this the right way. So as to not enable the agents to spam with it. So, but it works. I mean, it just works.
I would think it'd be great. I would love it. Okay.
So I have one last thing to show, and then we'll wrap up, which is I wanted to show you just one example of the automated reports that you can set up in the DeltaNET, and this one is one of the most popular. This is a seller report, so you can set up this report to run automatically to your seller on a weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly basis, and it's going to be branded for you and show your seller all of the activity and interest that's happened on your website over the last week to 4 weeks. So I can see the number of times it appeared on your website, detail page views, upcoming open houses and virtual open houses you have scheduled. If you're using our AdWizard tool to run digital marketing ads on Facebook or Instagram for this property, they'll be able to see those ads, comp listings, and not only is this automatically built and sent to your seller on your behalf, you have the opportunity to modify it. If you know your seller is going to say, that's not a comp listing, you get a preview of the seller report before it's sent. So you could go in there and modify any of these data points before it's sent to your seller. So you can manually override anything here if you don't want the automated version running. But this has been huge to be able to have an automated, nice looking seller report running on behalf of your brand.
Especially right now, what do we need? We need sellers. We've gotten too many buyers and not enough sellers. So it's a really good point.
Absolutely. And to that point, we also have automations in place to remind you guys as the agents on what you need to be doing in the DeltaNET to market your properties. If this is a service you try, you like it, you buy into it, we'll send you an automated new listing notification. Whenever you get a new listing, you'll get an email from the system saying congratulations on your new listing. Here's what you can do to market the property. I tap a button from my phone and I've set up my seller report. I can create a flyer. I can create my Facebook ad. I click a button from the email we send you saying congratulations on that listing, and it's setting up that report to run for you. We also give you a monthly digest where you can see all of the new features we've added to the DeltaNET, because we add new functionality all of the time. The system is always evolving. You're not buying DeltaNet version 6 and then a year later you buy DeltaNet version 7. We're a rapid development platform, which means we're constantly adding new features and functionality to the system. That again is the same system more than 24 top 500 ranked brokerages in the country are using for their solution. You guys are getting those same exact tools and features added into the DeltaNet at no extra charge. It's built into our system. We also include in that digest new leads you were assigned over the last month, customers that have had activity over the last 30 days. So you know who you need to be following up with because we're giving you this monthly digest every month on top of the dashboards that are in the DeltaNet. So kind of in conclusion here, our goal is to save you money. So if you were going to look at other options on the market, dedicated website, $10 to $50 a month, if not more. A dedicated CRM system, $20 to $50 a month, if not more. You got a MailChimp or Constant Contact, something that can do email marketing or newsletters, $10 to $40 a month, if not more. Open house apps, dedicated text messaging platforms, automated content on social media. If you were looking to piecemeal together what we're offering in the DeltaNet, on the low end, you might be able to swing it for $120, but on the high end, you'd be spending in excess of $250 a month. With what we're bringing to you today, our offer to you, no annual contract, no setup fee, free 30-day trial without a credit card. If you like the package, you like the trial, it's $99 a month, flat rate. That bill doesn't increase. We have even more value-added packages coming in the next couple of months to get you options that are even less than $99 a month, but that $99 will get you everything we showed today and more. We have brokerage and teams packages available. So if you're a single agent today, you're paying $99 a month with hopes to grow into a team. We have team packages available starting at $300 a month and brokerage packages in the realm of $950. And you can sign up again for this package today by going to deltamediagroup.com and clicking free trial, or by going to deltamediagroup.com/free. So this is an offer we're going to put on the table for you guys. We are very confident in the package and the offerings we've put together. We want to save you money. We want to automate things you don't want to do, and we want to bring you new business. So if there's any questions, we'd love to take them now. Otherwise, that's what I've got prepared today, unless you want to have the last word.
Yeah, we do have some, Franklin. Tommy asks, can you add an RSS feed from a personal blog?
You can. Our blog system does support RSS feeds.
Okay, gotcha. And Greg asked the question, all of this is amazing. Is there a way you can take credit for this in a listing presentation to show all the stuff you're going to do to really promote a property effectively?
You absolutely can. So we have tools that are coming into the system very, very soon that will actually be basically an advertisement to your clients, or if you're a team leader or a broker owner, a tool that you can use to recruit on that, hey, if you work with me, you're going to get the advantage of having all of these tools, because we know the franchise players do the same thing. They go to a listing presentation or a recruiting table and they say, hey, if you work with us, we have the power of this national brand behind us. We've got these tech tools. We give the same thing to our clients. By working with me, you're empowered to have, we're going to make these seller reports. We're going to advertise it on Facebook. We're going to have these flyers. All the tools that you have, you are going to the table with the same tools to beat and win against digital agencies and major franchise players with what we're offering through the DeltaNet. So it's a recruiting tool and a tool to generate new listings. And on that, I'll also leave a note that here in the next 4 months or so, if not sooner, we have a CMA platform in development where you'll be able to build CMAs through the DeltaNet as well. That's an update coming later this year.
Yeah, that was a question that just came in too, is CMA part of this? Because it seems like you've integrated so many different components. And Franklin and Mike, I don't know, there's some of the folks that are on the call today. I did these things we call coffee chats for a few months when COVID first started. And what we heard was a lot of great tools, but a lot of them were sort of individual, right? So there was a great social media platform. There was a great email marketing platform. There was a great prospecting CRM type platform. They were all awesome, but they didn't talk to one another. That's what I think is great about this, is it's all in one place. So, and the secret, and this is the thing that I would say to someone who was choosing, is sometimes all-in-ones aren't good because they do everything okay and nothing great, right? What I'm hearing you guys say is you've did your best effort to have best of breed for every component, but then you've made them all talk to one another seamlessly, and it's all in one place. And again, if you stop thinking like I do sometimes, just get up in the morning and says, here's the 15 things to do. Just do those 15 things, and you keep doing that day after day after day after day after day. Guess what? dollars are going to fall into your pocket, right? It's just how it works.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And like you said,
yeah, I would add to that, Marilyn. Really, what you're seeing here is a mentality of we're building a technology platform as if I owned an online real estate company and I wanted my sales associates to have the best integrated technology available anywhere, even considering standalone pieces. So once you see like what we're launching with CMA, which by the way will be included with this when we launch it, so it's not going to be an add-on, because that's one of the other things that we've done. We're tired of seeing the nickel and diming that's going on in the industry. So we're bundling so much value together and automating it. That's where we think the future is.
So Linda says, can I get brain surgery and put Franklin's brain in mine?
I don't think I can offer up my brain. I've got 3 little girls at home I got to take care of, but I can say we offer great training. So you're not on your own when you get this platform. So we do live training every single Tuesday that we call our Tech Tuesday series, where we make live training on Facebook, YouTube. You can look at our YouTube playlist at deltagroup.com or youtube.com/deltagroup. That's youtube.com/deltamediagroup. You can find all of our training videos. And again, we do live streams every Tuesday. And we also have a great technical support department that if you have questions, you can reach out to, and they're able to help you as you have those questions. So you're not on your own when you're using the system. We can help you with imports. We can help you set up your website. We are available as a resource to you.
Gotcha. Roland asked, with the texting, does it use my personal number, and is there a per text charge, or how does that work?
Great question. So the way that the text messaging works is there's a virtual phone number that will be set up for you when you create your account. So it's a phone number that will use your area code, but it is not using your phone number. So we're provisioning a number that uses your local area code, and then inside of the $99 a month package, you get 1,000 text messages per month. And if you want to go over that 1,000 text messages per month, you can purchase additional text message bundles for $19.99 for an extra 1,000. So you have included a number with your area code and 1,000 texts each month.
Probably cheaper than buying it from Verizon, I would guess. So Fred asked, do the leads go directly to us or to corporate? So I think, Fred, you're probably thinking of this as a broker website, but I think it could be an agent or a broker website, right, guys?
That's correct. And we can do this a couple of different ways. So for you, those of you that are single agents, the lead will go directly to you. If you're an agent with a brokerage and you're signing up for a Delta site, the lead's going to go directly to you. If you are a team leader or a broker owner looking at using this, you are in control of an entire different side of the DeltaNET we didn't even talk about today, which is the admin side of the platform, which is designed for broker owners and teams to be able to manage their lead distribution list, manage all of their agents, set up events. They've got access to multiple offices. There is a full intranet capability of the DeltaNET for brokerages and teams to run their business as well. And if you are a member of a franchise, if you're a broker owner that's with a Coldwell Banker or ERA or Century 21, we have connections with our platform in the DeltaNET. It's an open API system. We can send leads you're generating through us to any other system. So we have an open API, which getting in the weeds on the tech side, it basically just means we can integrate with other systems and send your leads wherever you want them to be, or pull the leads into our system.
Okay, Samuel wants to know, can a lender partner be part of the system?
Mike, I'll leave that one for you.
You want me to answer this one?
Mike's excited about that.
They can today. We have a lot more functionality coming very, very, very soon that would address that. But absolutely. So we do have some enterprise firms that definitely do partner up with mortgage relationships, and there's ways to do that. So we can do that. But I'll also say we have a much more robust mortgage related platform coming to this in the future.
Okay, great. And Tommy asks, can you add a link to your own CMA tool if you want to? Like on the website, I think maybe, is that what you mean, Tommy? Or like someone can, I'm not sure where you want to add the link, but is that possible?
Here, I can talk a little bit on that CMA side, Marilyn. One of the things we're doing with our new CMA platform once we launch it, and we've been working on this, wow, Franklin, what, all year? I mean, it's been a while. So it's not like we're just, this is getting close. It's not just a CMA. So when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I just had a meeting with one of our large enterprise firms, and we were talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Through the CMA platform, one of the things that we wanted to do is give the ability to do on-demand CMAs from the front end. If one, I mean, there's going to be more to it than that.
Okay.
But basically on-demand CMAs. But there's also the way that we've built this and how it can be managed by the individual sales associate or the firm is do different things with it too. So not just CMAs. So you could do like a market report, or you could do, there's other ways we see this being used, and it will have the ability to be tied to a form as well to trigger them.
Gotcha.
So so to answer the question, yes, based on what I think is being asked there, but it goes a lot deeper than that as well.
And that's going to be part of this same program once it goes live.
Yes.
So that's the thing that's neat about this is, a lot of times people are like, oh, it's all free. And, free is always a scary word. And then there's hidden costs and hidden fees and hidden add-ons. That's not what I'm hearing from you guys. It's all one and away you go, which is awesome.
No, we build our technology in-house, and it's so that we can offer it at a very affordable price.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I will address the one item that sometimes does come up as a potential add-on for cost. We're a very transparent company at Delta, so when you're signing up for the $99 a month package, that's going to be a website, the CRM, the texting, all the tools we talked about today, and it's going to be showing your listings on the website. We do also offer integrations with MLSs, and it just depends on different MLS boards. Some boards have extra fees. If your board has an extra fee and you want IDX data, we can pull in IDX data for your sites, and it's completely dependent on your local board if there's going to be additional costs on top of that. So the IDX data is an add-on on a case-by-case basis, but your listing data will be there.
Gotcha. So if you don't know if your MLS costs you money for that, you might want to tell them not to, because lots of MLSs around the country don't charge for that. Don't let them tell you everybody charges. They don't. Judith asked, can I use my domain name I have already set up and import IDX from my board into that?
So setting up a domain, like a custom domain name, if you already have one?
Yes.
Yeah, can I use my own domain? You can. Okay,
yes,
great.
Yeah.
Okay. And Tommy just says, I use a software called HomeBot. I'm not sure for what component of it. I guess maybe that's where he'd want the CMA to be added. I don't know. Anyway, okay, well, this is great. Lots of good questions. Thanks, everybody. And let's go back, put the free offer link back up on the screen if you can, Franklin. So anybody wants to check this out, I mean, why not? It's free, right? So
and I want to stress too that we don't require a credit card. So you don't have to worry. Like sometimes when I try things for free and you put in that credit card, you're like, I have to remember the date.
Exactly.
We're not doing that. We don't want that stress to be there. We're not going to, oh, we're sorry you got charged yesterday, but we'll cancel you today. No, we don't play that way.
All that stuff. Yeah, that's not fun. So I go to deltamediagroup.com/free, or I can just go to deltamediagroup.com and right on the homepage, there's a free trial offer, I think, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, so everybody check it out. I mean, we've seen a lot of things through our technology. I think this is one of the best we've seen because it's, again, all in one spot. And it gives me one place to go, not 14 different places to go to check out what's happening and who's doing what with whom. And again, stop thinking, just do what the computer tells you to do. You will win. I have to remind myself every day to do that. All right, well, thank you guys so much. Oh, let's see. One more question. Oh, Judith said, I actually went on to the free trial while we were here on the call, and she said I set it up. It was super easy. So good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, so again, deltamediagroup.com/free. Check it out. And, come back to, let us know at Wave or RE Technology if you have any feedback on this, if there's things that we can help you with. And as you know, we bring you these kinds of great ideas all the time. So tune back soon and we'll have some more for you coming in the next couple of weeks. Thanks, everybody. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.